HSC Interview Questions and Answers Part 1. Number 1. What is HSC policy? That is Health, Safety and Environment Policy. HSC policy must deliver clear direction to its employees that how to implement your HSC policy and what is the management commitment towards HSC. So, HSC policy is a basic document with respect to health and safety of any industry or company. It should have 3 sections, that is statement of intent, organization and arrangement sections. Totally it should have 3 sections. Generally, HSC policy is the very basic document of any organization which is having a implemented health and safety management system. What is safety? The condition gives you freedom from danger, hazards, risk and accident that may be converting into injury, property damage, loss of materials and even death. So this is called safety. In short, it can be stated as freedom from danger or hazards is called safety, or the control measures that you are taking to prevent accidents in your workplace can also be called as safety. What is safety policy? When you speak about HSC policy, here we have a safety policy. There is no much difference. Safety policy provides details about management commitment, objective towards safety at the workplace, and management's vision and focus in areas of implementation towards safety. And safety policy, it's a legal requirement and mandatory for all the organizations. Give a brief about safety policy. The safety and the health of all the employees is one of the prime concerns of the company. Every company will be requiring the policy both in letter and in spirit. It is very important. It should not be only in letter. It should be in letter and in your mind. The company shall comply strictly with Act, laws, rules and regulations. The company shall impart training in health, safety and occupational health to all employees. The company will adopt its own safety and health standards where laws may not be deliverable. What is toolbox talk? In short, it can be called as a TBT. What is called as a toolbox talk, or what is TBT? TBT is important safety training that covers specific topics during the planning or starting any work at the workplace. Why is it named as a toolbox talk? It's a very funny thing because TBT is very important exclusively for construction companies. I'm not saying it is not required for manufacturing or process industry, but it is very much essential for a construction company, because if you take industries, it's a settled work area, which means the manpower, the workers, the laborers, the engineers, supervisors, everyone are settled down there. They can be employed in an organization or an industry for a very long time, and they know everything about the company, the workplace, the hazards and everything they know, and it is not a much difficult part to train them. And if you, in the rather case, if you take a construction company, it's a daily changing environment. The workers and construction laborers may not be the same as yesterday. They change every day, most probably, and they should be trained every day before start of the task, because most of the people may be new and the work area may be changed when compared to the previous day. So they have to be trained at the start of every task on every day. What needs to be covered in the toolbox talk? Job related safety aspects, job related hazards or risk, control or preventive measures, adequacy of PPEs and situations and conditions, following safety rules and procedures, safe work practices and methods. These points needs to be covered in a toolbox talk, and it is not required to conduct a toolbox talk by a safety officer. I can see most of the companies, they are saying safety officers are responsible for conducting the toolbox talk, but it is not the fact. Yes, of course, safety officers have to take the toolbox talk for high risk activities, but generally safety toolbox talk to be taken by what you say, the site engineers or project engineers or supervisors, and safety officers can be part of the toolbox talk. What is HSE induction? So HSE induction covers all new joiners to give them detailed information about HSE policy, site plan, procedure, rule and regulation of HSE, medical, that means the first aid locations and facilities, emergency facility details for the particular site. Induction is part of HSE management. So every new joiners, there on the first day of their work, they have to undergo for a induction training, and it is part of safety officer's responsibility. What is a safety management? The company established the safety management to implement the company's safety objective and safety policy at the workplace. Mostly safety management will be headed by a occupier, that is a managing director or head of the company, and safety person should be the secretary of that safety management or the person who is driving the safety department. What are the responsibilities of workers for safety? Report unsafe condition to supervisor. Only authorized and competent persons should operate the machines. Check the machine or equipment conditions before starting the work. Attend any health and safety training organized by and conducted by safety officers and other supervisors. Use correct tools and equipments. Follow the safety rules. Don't do horseplay. Don't lift or overload the lifting equipments. Do not sit on with others. It means so generally safety is not the responsibility of only the safety officers or the safety department. Each and every person employed in a company are responsible for safety, and in particular workers are having greater responsibilities because they are the end line people. They have to follow safety. Unless otherwise they follow, safety will not be implemented, and it cannot be said it is 100%. What are the duties of safety officer or safety supervisor? Conduct toolbox talk at the workplace. Provide information to workers about SOP, standard operating procedure, and work methods. Monitor site work and guide workers to work safely. Maintain discipline and safety awareness among the workers by conducting various awareness campaigns. Provide required personal protective equipments to workers at site. Inspect all PPs and maintain a register. Conduct regular meetings with workers and supervisors at the workplace. Conduct safety inspection at the workplace and maintain the observation sheet. Inspection of firefighting equipment. Conduct and investigate the near miss, incident and first aid case. Participate in monthly safety meetings. We will see every point in detail in our next video. Again, what are the duties of safety officer? This can be a detailed version. Prepare toolbox talk, prepare monthly statistics, prepare checklist, accident reporting, management meetings, arrange safety classes and trainings, arrange monthly safety bulletin and notice boards, inspection of fire extinguishers, arrange the first aid training classes, arrange safety competitions like safety quiz, slogan, poster competition, exhibition, etc. Conduct safety toolbox talk and induction for new employees at workplace. Provide information to workers about SOP, standard operating procedure, hazards and risk and work methods. Monitor site work and guide workers, engineers and supervisors to work safely. Maintain discipline and safety awareness at the workplace. Provide required PPEs with good quality at the workplace. Inspect all PPEs and provide feedback to purchase team for further improvement while purchasing. Conduct daily meetings with workers, supervisors and engineers at the workplace. Conduct safety inspection or safety audit at the workplace and submit the report to the concerned person. Regular inspection of firefighting equipments and hydrant system. Investigate the near miss, incident and accident and first aid cases. Participate in monthly safety meetings. Accident reporting. Attend management meeting. Prepare monthly safety statistics report. Conduct safety competitions like slogan, quiz, poster, exhibition, etc. Arrange first aid and firefighting training. Next, what is an injury? It is defined as a damaging condition continued by the body as an outcome of an accident. What is near miss? Near miss is an unexpected occurrence that did not end with illness, injury, or any kind of damage, but probable to convert in injury. What is an incident? Any work-related occurrences in which convert in illness, injury, or any kind of damage and fatality. What is an accident? An accident is an unplanned and unexpected event which leads to a result as an injury or property loss or death. What is accident investigation? The accident investigation is the procedure that identifies the root cause of an accident and submit the report to management with the suggestion. How to investigate an accident? Injured person's name, address, designation, age, exact place and type of hazard, date, shift and time of occurring of accident, root causes and its reasons, suggested corrective action, preventive action, and what are all the facts that has been found in the investigation. What are the human factors causing accident? Carelessness, hurrying to increase production, laziness in housekeeping, hurrying in lunchtime, lack of attention due to worry, alcohol and drugs, lack of skill and experience, and not using personal protective equipments. How to report an accident? If you are in the scene of accident or you are witnessing the accident, you should report properly about the accident as a date and time, activity, what happened, who are all the persons involved, what went wrong, root causes, corrective action suggestion, signature, safety officer's signature, safety in charge signature, and project manager signature. What are the causes of an accident? There are basically two types of causes, that is direct cause and indirect cause. Direct cause, under direct cause there is two, that is unsafe act and unsafe condition. Under indirect cause there is a lack of knowledge or skill, improper attitude, physical or mental deficiency. Give some examples of unsafe act. Operating any equipment without properly authorized, failure to warning, operating at unsafe speed, failure to use PPE, using hands instead of tools and equipments, unsafe loading or placing or stacking, unsafe position or posture, working on moving equipments, wearing loose clothing while working on running machine, working at height without a safety belt. Give some examples of unsafe condition. Machine or equipment without guards, poor lighting, narrow road, improper stacking, slippery floor, unsafe ventilation, unsafe defective construction. Define hazard. Any condition, source or act which is having potential to cause harm is called as hazard. What is hazard identification? The process or procedure of identifying the existing hazards at the workplace and take corrective measures before starting the work at the workplace. What is risk? Risk is the combination of probability of an incident of a hazardous event or exposure and the severity of ill health and injuries which can be caused by the exposures. What is risk assessment? The risk assessment is the process of evaluating the risk level rising from hazards and take corrective measures before starting the work at the workplace. What is safety audit? The safety audit is a process to classify the unsafe act and unsafe conditions at workplace and suggested safety development. Safety audit conducted by the competent person to visit the workplace and observe the unsafe act and unsafe condition existing safety system at the project or plant or workplace. Name few audit elements, that is your HSE policy, educational training, safety manuals and safety rules, new equipments, safety inspections, machine guardings, material handling, safe operating procedures, noise. Actually, these are not limited to these points. Here are few points only, because safety audit in the sense from entry gate to exit gate, everything needs to be audited. What are the steps in conducting audit? Preliminary visit and understanding the factory by the auditors. Identify the audit element, that means the scope of audit. Prepare the questionnaire. Get a reply from the company. Discussion with management, executives and workers. Cross verification at site. Preparation of reports. What is a safety tag? Safety tag comes under the administrative control and implements that help to the workers for the warning in English and local language. What is first aid? First aid is immediate medical care for the temporary relief given to injured person. Keep in mind that a first aid is not a replacement for proper medical treatment. What is emergency planning? Emergency planning can be defined as control measures that provides the control measures for natural disaster and accident awareness to the team. What is work permit system or PTW, permit to work system? The work permit system is a printed document for permission to start the job by the safety and project in charge. It includes work timing and safety instruction checklist for that particular work activity. What is a cold work permit? Any kind of work that does not involve making heat, temperature, spark and flame is called cold work. What is a hot work permit? Any kind of work which involves heat, temperature, spark and a flame is called hot work. Examples you can say grinding, welding, gasketing, etc. What is work at height? Any work about 2 meters from ground is called as work at height. Sorry for the grammar, it's a typo error. Any work activity which is working about 2 meters from the ground is called work at height. In some countries it can be 1.5. Please check with your local regulations. What are the reasons for accidents while working at height? Lack of knowledge and lack of skill, overwork, feeling of dizziness, improper use or not using PPE while working at height, unsafe platform which is not covered or having floor openings, improper erecting, and most importantly, personal health issues of a person working at height. Name few control measures for working at height. Use PPEs while working at height, such as safety belt or harness, and always anchor above the head level. Specific training provides before starting the work. Only competent and skilled person allowed to erect the scaffolding or working platform. No work after the sunset due to poor lighting. Every platform should be free from unnecessary obstruction. Grease, mud, paint must be removed from the working platform. What is a confined space? Confined space is a small area surrounded where one entry and exit and worker cannot work comfortably is called confined space. What are the control measures necessary for confined space? Enter with airline breathing apparatus set. Use 24-volt flame-proof hand lamp. A hole watcher to be kept near manhole. Keep firefighting equipment ready. Gas test to be done to check for oxygen level, flammable gases and other toxic gases such as H2S, hydrogen sulfide. Provide air blowers. Don't smoke inside confined space. Use ropes and harness. The space must be cleaned before entry. Use non-sparking tools due to the risk of flammable vapors being present. So that's all about the part 1 of HSC interview questions and answers. There are more parts are yet to come. To get regular updates, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and not to miss any update, please click the bell icon. Thank you.